What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Just Zugal back again, and today we kick off Cinemania Fright Nights. Our film today is The Craft, which is from 1996, if I'm remembering correctly. And it's a movie that came out in that weird 10-year span where you had a bunch of supernatural movies. You had movies like, I think it was 1988, you had Witches of Eastwick. Then you had, around the same time that this movie came out, you had another one called Little Witches, which had the same kind of premise. It was like a same situation you had with Deep Impact and Armageddon. You know, same plot idea, same premise, comes out at the same time. And then I think it was in 1998, or maybe it was sooner than that, you had a movie, was it Practical Magic? But I remembered this one specifically because of the cover. You had the four girls walking towards you. You had the lightning in the background. I thought, that just looks like a cool movie. Might be something interesting to watch. And then as I grew older, I thought, man, that just sounds like a total chick flick. I don't know if I want to watch that. But I finally decided, let's just give it a shot, see how it is. And, you know, I'll just get into the review right now. First, the plot summary. A newcomer to a Catholic prep high school falls in with a trio of outcast teenage girls who practice witchcraft, and they all soon conjure up various spells against those who even slightly anger them. Which, yeah, that's pretty much the whole plot. I mean, there are some twists and turns here and there that I don't want to spoil for anyone who hasn't seen the movie. But that's the basic gist of the movie, and it was interesting to see how simple things really, you know, flip that switch in them where they decided to hurt someone or they wanted to see someone get tortured. But in other cases, I believe one of the girls had her stepfather, like, she put a curse on him. And, you know, that's obviously something that was longer developing than just, oh, he cut me off, blah, blah, blah. But the story itself really wasn't that bad. It was a lot better than I was expecting, because a lot of movies in the 90s, which seem like they have a cool plot, really fall flat. But here, wasn't too bad. It was interesting. It really was... It drew you in. You really wanted to see where these characters go. It did have its dull spots, I will admit that. But overall, really wasn't that bad. It was an entertaining movie. And an interesting story to see unfold. Now let me get to the positives and one negative that I found. The story was actually pretty good. It was easy to get into. Like I said, very easy to just sit down and get into this movie. You're interested in the characters from the start. At least I found that I was. So that's definitely a positive. It was clear to me that the three girls would be evil in the end, which does make things a little more interesting. That heavy foreshadowing that you can see. Alright, these girls are going to turn on the main character, Sarah. You're just waiting for it to happen, and you want to know, you know, how does it happen? What are the circumstances? And that just keeps you on edge the entire time, and it really made the movie a little bit more interesting for me. Robin Tunney was good as the lead, Sarah, which she was very good. Very believable actress as well. She did a great performance, or turned in a great performance in this film. All the actresses worked well together, but for some reason, maybe it's just me, and I'm going to mispronounce this name. I believe it's Fairuza Balk. Her performance just felt forced at times. There were some lines that she delivered that really didn't feel like it was coming from, you know, like a natural, like the natural way that that character would say something. And it really just felt off-putting at times. Now, the only negative that I could find was that this film was a little bit too predictable at points. You could see where things were going. And, you know, you could see the curveballs before they threw it. It's basically it. But, you know, there are a ton of movies like that. Didn't really hurt my enjoyability of the movie. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was fun to watch. So, if you're looking for a fun movie to watch during Halloween, you could definitely do a lot worse than The Craft. It was interesting. It had interesting characters. It had a lot of great scenes in it. It wasn't so much scare-driven as it was character-driven. But that's what makes this interesting. You'd think that it would have a lot more supernatural effects and a lot more to do with the witchcraft and all that, and it being a little more leaning on the scary side, but really, it wasn't. It was more character-driven, and that's what made it interesting to me. So The Craft definitely gets a thumbs up from me, and I'll see you guys with the next video.